Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a very quick video about why avoidance strategies around alcohol don't work long term and what does. So, my name is Sonia Grimes. I am the alcohol control coach, and I help midlife women end their daily drinking battle and still be able to drink socially, enjoy a couple of glasses of wine on a special night out if they choose. Um, at the moment, I find that every quick drinking, if you like, solution is never again. Well, historically, sober, didn't mean total abstinence. It meant not being intoxicated, not being drunk. And there is a big difference between having a couple of glasses of wine when you're out on a special occasion or just the one, and drinking every single night and feeling you have no control. So my work is very much geared towards breaking the habit of your drinking, what's causing it, which I know before I even speak to you, and how to break free, which I definitely know without speaking to you. And how then, when you are free from your habit, when you're free from the thoughts and feelings in your daily mind battle, alcohol becomes what it really is, just another liquid that you can have if you want, or not have, but it doesn't have any control over you. The truth is, it doesn't anyway. And that you can easily just say yes or no. I was a former alcoholic of 29 years. And I thought when I stopped drinking, and I used a process that I've now refined into my rapid alcohol control method program, that I would never be able to drink again. And then that was about 9 years ago, I think now. And then about 5 years ago, I went on holiday with my brother and my niece. We had such a lovely time. We went to Turkey, just the three of us. It was just not long after our father had passed away. And I was sitting in a bar with them, a lovely restaurant. And the owners know my brother well because he goes there every year. And I was drinking Slimline Tonic, which was my drink of choice as a non-alcoholic beverage. I really like it. And they gave me this long glass. And obviously they meant it as a welcome or whatever, or to be nice. They're lovely people. But I swear to God, two-thirds of that was gin. Now, I was chatting and laughing, and I meant to take a sip, but because I was laughing, I took a huge swig. It would have been a lot of tonic water. It was an awful lot of gin. And I burst into tears the minute I tasted that gin. I thought, oh my God, it's over. I'm at square one. All my hard work is undone. I'm back in the cycle. My addiction's going to kick back in. All those things. And you know what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It was strong, so I did feel a bit woozy, and the next day I did feel a bit hydrated, but there was no pull towards alcohol, no starting all over again. There was nothing. There were no thoughts and feelings around alcohol about how to avoid it or what I was going to do. There was no desire for alcohol, and that really, really reset me yet again in my understanding that what I believed to be true about alcohol before I stopped drinking and how hard change would be was completely different after I'd stopped drinking. And I no longer saw alcohol as any source of comfort. Comfort could be rewinding, unwinding, relaxing. I put the two together there. Um, Feeling confident, easing boredom or loneliness, any sort of uncomfortable emotion. And what I really realized is without the belief, and we act on our beliefs are our feelings, there was no pull towards alcohol. And I was overjoyed, shocked, and amazed. And it really changed so much about how I thought and felt, my understanding, and my work. And I've worked with women that have been to rehab two or three times and have obviously been sober in there, but have struggled and failed, which I don't believe in failure at all, in the outside, back in life. And I understand that completely as well. So today, I'm going to talk to you. I've just come back from the gym, which is why I'm not looking this stunning best. I did say I'd keep this channel real. I want to talk to you about avoidance strategies. And I had a conversation with someone in the gym this morning who was telling me that they'd given up, they were doing dry January and they were really struggling. And they'd been coming to the gym every evening, but for the last 2 or 3 nights, they hadn't been able to come. They'd just been too exhausted. And the pull towards alcohol was really strong. Now, no matter what your avoidance strategy is, when you try to do more by avoid alcohol, that's great when you are positive, motivated, when you've eaten well, when you're hydrated, when you're grounded in yourself. They work. But this lovely man, this was a man, this lovely man was too exhausted to go to the gym the last 2 nights. So his avoidance strategy of doing more when he was too exhausted was never going to work. Does that make sense? He was trying to do something not to comfort himself. It must have felt like in his unconscious mind that he was punishing himself. He needed to sit down, he needed to relax, he needed to put his feet up, have a cup of tea. He just needed to breathe deeply, he just needed to be. And he would easily not have drunk. Instead, he tried to force, and he called it failed, he didn't fail. He tried to force himself to the gym and he couldn't. He was just too tired. And he didn't drink, but he had a very, very uncomfortable couple of nights where alcohol dominated his thoughts. Now, I want you to really think about this. If alcohol was the problem, the real problem, you couldn't avoid it. You couldn't avoid a problem that's real. Alcohol exists in your life in an attempt to offer you comfort. You've learned to believe on some levels it offers you comfort. So when you try to use an avoidance strategy that doesn't deliver on the comfort you need, which could be, as I say, relaxation, time out, you time, um, um, maybe you're a bit lonely, bored, whatever. If you don't do what you need to do to comfort those emotions, and that you're basically going into emotional self-neglect, call for alcohol will be stronger and you will struggle and you will fight because positivity and motivation aren't what's needed when you change your drinking. Positivity and motivation need a level of energy that you don't always have. So the way to successfully stay in your sober place, whether sober is being completely abstinent or, as most of my clients, broken their daily habit, no longer have that daily mind battle, no longer feel pulled towards alcohol on some level and fighting against it on another. When you deliver on what you truly need and you ask yourself in those moments, you just put your hand on your heart, you take a couple of deep breaths when that feeling comes up, that feeling I've got to, and then you go into battle. When you go into battle, you've blown it. But even if you at that point brought into your awareness, I'm fighting now, I'm fighting now. Put your hand on your heart. My heart is clearly very high in my body. Take a couple of long, slow, deep breaths. Feel yourself calm down. It can never not work. Deep breathing calms you down. So you do your deep breaths, you relax, and then you ask yourself, what do I really need right now? And if wine comes up, because it's always come up, no, underneath wine, what do I really need right now? And the answer will come. It is in your innocent self-neglect that your habit thrives, and that your habit of drinking is thriving within you and you are struggling to survive. Does that make sense? So don't try avoidance strategies. Become aware of when the thoughts and feelings become strong. And if you say, well, they come strong every day, on some level, you're expecting them to. So it's about taking yourself back to that grounded place, deep breathing, getting outside, looking up at the sky. And the reason I say that is because your thoughts and feelings go into the focus of alcohol and the fight. Widen your vision, get outside, deep breathe, look up, see the expanse of the sky, whatever, anything emotionally healing, calming will 100% release your desire for alcohol. Avoidance strategies will work only until they don't, and at some point, they definitely don't. So if you'd like to know more about my work, if you'd like to know how to effortlessly go from drinking a bottle of wine, sometimes more, every night, to being able to come home, make yourself a cup of tea, take your shoes and coat off, take your shoes and coat off, relax, have a nice evening, make sure you eat if you just want to have a nice, relaxed, peaceful evening. And then maybe on the weekend, have a couple of glasses of wine with your friends or a toast at a wedding, something like that. Then I'm who you need to talk to, because everyone else, as far as I can see, that is, talks about not drinking at all. I'm talking about breaking the habit of your drinking, finding peace, freedom, and easy control. Okay. I hope you have a lovely day. As I said, I'm keeping this real. I'm flipping hot now. I will talk to you soon. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow. I think the link is underneath. I'm not very technically minded. And if you know of anybody who you think that this will help, please direct them to my channel. Have a wonderful day and be kind and gentle with you. Bye-bye.